Love, that ever-flowing liquid fire of light, ever-expanding and illuminating truth, which is always revealed with wisdom, a spiritual nutrient necessary for vitality that is maintained through selflessness, a filter of ether that aids purity, which is love. Love, a limitless paper lantern floating into infinity on the intentions and actions of initiates of the mysteries. Welcome, fellow Phoenixes. I'm Ross Cessna, and together we are the Spiritual Phoenix. The intent of this show isn't to tell you what to think, but to get you to think and originally articulate yourself in a way that is uplifting. We are the artists of our lives, and today is a blank canvas. Let's collectively create a better tomorrow. I'd like to take a moment now and focus on what we're grateful for today. Today, I'm grateful to be in the process of refining my mentality towards situations and continuing my involution and progressing my thought to have a better connection with my spirituality and to carry myself in a better way that's more conducive to a better life and treating others better as well as myself. Now I'd like to get into a couple quotes for today's topic. Meditation is the alchemy of transforming the unconscious into the conscious. It gives you a tremendous power, far greater than anger, greed, and lust. And that was said by Rajneesh. The beautiful souls of the world have an art of saintly alchemy, by which bitterness is converted into kindness, the gall of human experience into gentleness, ingratitude into benefits, insults into pardon. And that was said by Henry Frederick Amiel. At its essence, art is an alchemical process. Alchemy is a process of transformation. And that was said by Julia Cameron. The new Merriam-Webster's definition of alchemy would be a medieval chemical science and speculative philosophy aiming to achieve the transmutation of the base metals into gold, the discovery of a universal cure for disease, and the discovery of a means of indefinitely prolonging life. That was easy for me to say. So alchemy in the traditional sense would be, first let's look at the base metals into gold. That is what most people assume when they think of alchemy, is changing, let's say, lead or something like that into gold. And that seems impossible, and I don't know that it is or isn't. There's many things that I don't know and don't understand. The cure for all disease is another part of alchemy. Now, they believe that you could create a special elixir, that you could drink it and you would be immune to all diseases. Again, I don't know that that is the reality. And finally, increasing the length of life. They believe that there was a potion that you could drink yet again, and that this potion would essentially make you, I don't want to say eternal, but maybe just live substantially longer. And one of the things that I found out in studying alchemy is that the precursor for the ability to do all the alchemical changes that are supposed to be potentially possible in the physical reality is you have to have the prerequisite of having done internal alchemy. So even if you knew the recipe for all the stuff, if you were able to decipher the alchemical text and get through all the blinds that they put in there, and a blind is an intentionally misleading statement or alleyway, which in my understanding, the physical aspect of alchemy is really the blind, and it hides the reality of the what I like to call mentalchemy. And that's the prerequisite for the physical alchemy. So now we'll look at the Mentalchemy using the 3 lists of the traditional alchemies. There's also more things that alchemy was concerned with, but I didn't want to get into those specifically at this time. So the first one, the ability to turn base metals into gold can be viewed as the ability to turn anything into metaphorical gold through perception. So let's just say, that was the other thing, alchemy is based upon also multiplying gold. So if you can make one thing gold, you can multiply it and have more. So looking at it through the sense of mentalchemy, let's just say that I see a pebble, and to some people it is just a pebble. It's just a boring, plain old, everyday, average rock. But if I have the mentality that, thinking of how that was created, all the work and time and process that went into developing that, how those materials were at one point just floating around in space prior to the earth being formed, how then these processes within the earth created that, I can see the gold in that situation. And if I can see the gold in that in one thing, I can see that in everything. Like when I look at trees are the process of a bunch of sunlight, nutrients, water, all those things coming in the perfect mixture, and then that growing to what it is. So that's how you can have the ability to turn physical things into mental gold. Excuse me. Now, the cure for all diseases, and I put it the cure for dis-ease through perception and potentially in reality by healthier living. So if you can take the time to change the way you perceive things to where you look at that stone as gold, that tree as gold, you're able then to perceive the instances that upset you, that anger you, that trouble you in life, and you no longer have problems then, you have lessons. And when you can shift that perception, things might still stress you out, but the length of time that you're stressed out and how much impact that has on you can greatly be reduced. And if you're not expending energy upon being sick, then you have the potential to be healthier because you're not in dis-ease. Your body is at a higher state because it's not using resources, fighting itself, or fighting reality, essentially. And that causes you to have a healthier life, which would therefore mean having a healthier immune system. And I've also even heard it said that you can also avoid sickness in general, which I don't know is or isn't true. It very well could be. And then finally, increasing the length of life. And the way that I perceive this through Mentalchemy is increasing the value of a day, where you get more life out of a day than some do out of a whole life. And by that I mean, my days are so much fuller than they used to be. I have more experiences now in a day than sometimes I would have in a week, sometimes a month. So then, therefore, I'm getting more life out of my day. So my life is longer in the sense that I have more experiences in a short time. And then the other perception for that would be, if I'm able to be sick less or have less dis-ease, the potential to live longer is obviously there because of the lack of stress and less disease. Stress causes physical changes in your body that can make you sick, make you less healthy. It taxes your body. It's your body attacking itself. So if I'm able to make these other shifts in my head, theoretically, I would be able to live longer. And even if I don't live longer, I still get more value out of my days than most people would. And one of the quotes talked about art being alchemy. And it really is, if you think about it, because it's a representation of you changing all those experiences that you've had into something tangible and physical that you can share. So it's transmuting those negative experiences into something beautiful to look at, or something that other people can relate. And it doesn't matter if that art is like painting, sculpting, poetry, music. All of those things are, in my opinion, a form of alchemy that can greatly benefit the other types of mentalchemy. I mean, singing and all those things has been proven to reduce stress. So if you're writing lyrics and singing, it reduces stress. The fact that when you're painting, when you're writing poetry, when you're doing those things, you're focused on the moment most of the time, or you're focused on changing the past, putting it in the present, and then putting it in a manageable form that you can understand and share. That's beautiful, and that's catharsis. So therefore it would fall into mentalchemy in the sense that you're changing those experiences. I could really keep going on and on about this, but you can follow me on social media at Spiritual Phoenix, and that Phoenix is Phoenix, and you can visit my website at thespiritualphoenix.com. I'll put both of those in the description below. Also, a weekly tarot reading is posted most Mondays on my website, as well as on my social media. I will be offering personal paid readings soon, and that will be sold through my website and on Facebook. I love, respect, and appreciate all of you. Love and light. And I'm going to put this episode on the pyre. Namaste.
Don't believe. Don't follow. Do not consume. Do not watch. Largely what I'm talking about here is reclaiming experience. This is what's been taken from us. It's a self-advancing, self-expanding, self-defining process, and it takes no prisoners.
The real world isn't a spiritual world, it isn't a material world, it isn't an empty world, it isn't a solid world. It's simply